Welcome back, everyone, to the old stream farm with One of the Nation's Rage. It's still currently the same day as it was on the last video. Not a lot of time has passed. I'm still plowing the outside of this field so that hopefully I can get one of the AI workers to go ahead and finish it for me. That's currently what I'm working on. And like I said on the previous episode, I'm going to look into getting a new plow. I'm going to keep this one for right now. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this new plow. It's actually a mod. Came out in the mod hub a day or two ago. It's a square-ended plow, which means it's going to be a lot more convenient to use than the traditional plows like what I'm using right now. It's only 3 meters wide, so it's not really any bigger than this plow, but it will be easier to use. And I can't really get a big plow right now anyway because I don't have the horsepower that's needed to use a bigger plow. But after I make this purchase of this new plow, I'm gonna get out here and work with the AI helper, and we're gonna try to get this knocked out by the end of the day. We're not just gonna be plowing the rest of this field and field 23 in this video. We're probably also, we're probably also gonna end up picking the straw up out of field 22, as well as hopefully getting both fields 23 and 21 limed and fertilized, and possibly even sowed by the end of this episode. We've got a lot of work to do. I don't want to fall behind. That's why I'm trying to, keep everything going. I don't want to let any of this stuff fall behind. I don't want weeds to pop up in the middle of all this, because it's just going to add to the confusion. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to be taken care of on the farm today, and we're just doing our routine work. I mean, there's a lot of work that has to be done in order to stay ahead and stay profitable. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. There's probably going to be a lot of time-lapse footage in this one, and I apologize for that, but the work just simply has to get done. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get him, or wait a minute. We'll go ahead and get her started in the field, and we'll come on over here. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and we'll take this oat to the sell point. We'll check out the best place to take it as of now. They're both pretty close to each other, but it does look like the grain mill is the place to go to. So we'll head on over here to the grain mill. We have nearly 10,000 liters here. Kind of in a hurry right now because I really want to get all this stuff done. If I don't get it all done in this episode, I apologize, but I'm really going to try to. I'd like to just move on, and not have to get, stuck for a long period of time, or considerable period of time on one thing. Like, for instance, when I cut down all the trees just a little while ago, I spent quite a bit of time doing that, and I don't really want to do that anymore. I'd like to keep things fresh and keep things moving here on the farm. $16,706 for all those oats. Well, he's still plowing, so that's a good sign. Just gonna drop this tipper off right here real quick. I've already gone over to the mod hub and found the particular plow that I was talking about getting. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it and put it to work. So it's gonna be over here in the plow section. There it is. Case IH 1014, I believe is what that is. Looks like you can change the decal, the decal on it. I'll just stick with that one. And we'll go ahead and purchase this. And I'm really curious about this thing to see how it works. And as I've said before, plowing is my least favorite thing to do in the game. It really is. So anything that I can find to make it easier to get done, I'll try it. I know that I could just as easily use a subsoiler, but because this is new and it's a mod, I just figured I'd try it. Subsoilers will actually put your field in a plow state as well, even though subsoilers aren't exactly plows and they don't exactly do as thorough of a job as plowing would do. They actually work quite well in this game, and they, like I said, they do put the field into a plowed state. I think the difference is subsoilers, they don't go as deep as plows, but they generally do the same thing that a plow does, as far as I know. I already like this more than a standard plow. The control seems a lot better. I like that it's so short. It seems like that gives you a lot more control over it. And you don't have to turn it continuously. Like with a plow, as long as the plow will turn, you basically have to turn the plow over every pass that you make. And if the plow doesn't turn over, you can only plow the field in one direction, which is very time consuming. I mean, you can turn around and you can go back without turning the plow, but it becomes quite a bit of a headache if you try to do that, and it's really easy to miss sections when you are doing that. You have less control over the rear end of the plow than you do the front end of it. So that's why you want to turn the plow over when you complete a pass and you turn around and start heading in the other direction. I really like this thing though. This is a good mod. I've always wanted a square plow. See, he's going to turn around and he's going to turn the plow over once he turns around. There he goes. So you don't have to do that with this thing, which is great. It makes it go by much faster, much smoother. So they're just finishing up on that field as well. We're just finishing up on this field. That worked out pretty good. Of course, I did miss some spots over here, but that's alright. I really like this plow. It was definitely a wise investment, and it actually makes me somewhat enjoy plowing. It's actually kind of fun when you use this thing. I like the texture of the field too. You know, for a 2D texture, when you're looking at it from that angle, well, granted that you're not like looking at stuff like that, but if you're looking at it and it's all going in the same general direction, it actually looks pretty 3D. If you look at it like that, it looks 3D. It's a pretty good texture. Now I gotta go back over what they missed over there as soon as I'm done over here. And then for goodness sakes, I've got to get this tractor serviced and get some fuel in it. It's driving me crazy. Alright, when we're done with this and we're done getting the tractor fixed, I'm going to go ahead and throw some lime down. And then I will hire a worker to start sowing soybeans. I'm going to put soybeans in both of these fields. I think that should be a fairly good profit. Man, he missed a whole section right here. Let me get that real quick. And in fact, they can help me get this since they missed it. They can help get it. Alright, I do believe that's it. Feels good to get that done. Come over here and drop my new plow that I don't have space for. It's gonna have to go next to the trailer. Okay. This shouldn't take too terribly long to do, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. I have to go fill it up though. This is the one thing, it is a mod, this the spreader that I have. I neglected to let you guys know about it. It's another mod. And it's not the one that I originally started out with when I started the Let's Play. I sold that one. And I bought this one because you can actually spread lime with this thing. The one that I bought originally that is an in-game piece of equipment, piece of machinery. You can't spread lime with that one. It's another one of these piggyback type spreaders. And with that particular one, the one that I started out with, I bought it on the first episode. Yeah, you can't spread lime with that one, but you can with this one. So I don't think I mentioned that I had sold that and bought this one, but yeah. I no longer have to lease equipment when it comes time to spread the lime, which is good. Very good. I know it looks like I'm wasting it, but if you look at the other side, the right side, you can see where the line stops and the boundary is. So yeah, that animation right there is actually very misleading because it doesn't spread as wide as the animation looks like it's spreading. So you got to be careful with that. Wow. That went really fast. But yeah, like I was saying, this particular mod, this is one of the only things that you can't use, or this is one of the only things that I've come across so far that doesn't work at the multi-filling station over there. So I actually have to come to the store and purchase the bags of lime for this thing. So far, I've used about 7 bags of lime for these 2 fields. It's pretty crazy. Those bags are about $450 a piece. That's pretty expensive. So yeah, I'm not real happy with the capacity of this thing. I think you might be able to increase it. I don't think I got the biggest one, but I'm definitely going to need to do something because this is about the 5th trip that I've made to the store. This should be it too. Should be all I need to finish. So I'm gonna come over here to the store and unload this. And I just bought some solid fertilizer, so I'll go ahead and put the solid fertilizer in there. See if I can unload. Yes. Okay. Alright. But before I put the solid fertilizer in there, I'm going to see if I can increase the capacity on this thing. And that should help a little bit. Yes. Start the worker. Jump back in this thing, grab the plow. The plow's gonna need service too, I'm sure, by now. As I was saying much earlier in the series, a plow has got to be one of the most heavily abused pieces of machinery that a farmer can own. And the reason why is because every time you use a plow, you're putting it under serious pressure between the force of the earth from all the topsoil it's pulling up and the torque from the tractor. Those two forces are pulling on that plow, pushing and pulling on that plow all the time. So you got to think about the sheer magnitude of abuse that a plow undergoes. And when you don't maintain your plow, it doesn't work right, and it actually takes longer to plow the field. I guess I'll go ahead and repair that for 17 bucks. Why not? It's a shame that I can't repair my tractor. Without unhooking the front loader. You would think that Giants would have, like, foresaw that being an issue, but apparently they didn't. The plow is still at halfway condition, but I'll go ahead and repair it for 60 bucks. But I have to separate from my front loader and from the plow just to service the tractor, which is kind of stupid. And I'm gonna need some fuel. As soon as the worker gets done over here fertilizing this field, I'm gonna set them up in the next field, field 23. And then when I come back, and of course he walked away from the job. You're useless. You're bloody useless, I tell you. Finish the job, man. I'm gonna set him up with the sower and have him work on sowing the soybeans in field 21 and 23 while I pick up the straw out of field 22 and sell it. And then that should finish off the episode. I really want to try to get everything done without having to push this out into another episode. Really just want to go ahead and finish up what I've been doing, what I've been working on, so that in the next episode we can start fresh on something else. So I'll just get the same one that I always get, which is this one here. And we'll go ahead and knock this out. Well, as you can see in this episode, we have made some serious progress. We've got a lot accomplished for sure. It's like we've already got part of this field in its first growth stage, which means that the weeds are not far behind. So, just to recap, in this episode, we plowed these two fields. We harvested field 22 across the street. We put lime in these fields and fertilized them, and now these fields are being sowed. The horses are all exercised out for the day. Here's one thing that really is kind of annoying about FS19. If you go back to the previous episode, in fact, if you go back to the episode where I purchased these horses, I did not purchase these two horses. These are the two horses that I purchased. Okay, that's what they're supposed to look like. Well, there's something really weird. It's some kind of weird bug that's going on with the game. And basically, it doesn't matter what horses you purchase. And it doesn't just do it with horses, it does it with all the animals. But it doesn't matter which ones you purchase. They're always going to end up being these two. I don't get it. It's a weird bug. If you get on the horse, it turns into the one that it's supposed to be, the one that you bought. But for whatever reason, the animation, when they're just in their pen, it's bugged out. It doesn't work. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Like I said, I apologize that it was so long, but at least we got a lot accomplished and we're ready to move on. We're obviously going to be moving into the next episode, working on these two fields here. We're going to have to continue to sow these fields, and then we're going to start on this one here. We're getting closer to making some serious profit. And, you know, the horses, their value has gone up. It's almost tripled from what it was when I purchased them. So, you know, it's going to be a few more days yet, and then they'll be ready to go. They'll sell at full price, and I'll get the full profit out of them. The greenhouse has been busy at work. I need to put some more manure in there and probably some more water too. We'll work on all that stuff in the next episode. Thank you for watching this episode. Take care. Jared here with One of the Nation's Rage signing out. So on and so forth. See you next time.